In the documentary, taking in the purpose past the surface. It's Gemini season, Tia, Intermera, sister, 90 show, or the color purple. As an Aquarius, me and air signs can always pass time. It's something in the air, yeah. Everything you entertaining with your mind. Pause, did somebody play? If this world was mine, I say Luther, the world is yours. Nas came behind. I'm always connecting the dots in the lines, timelines, down to the steel nails and the railroad line. Import, exports, order in the court, checkmate. Is it chess or basketball? Yo, the ball is in your court. Watch the judge fade. Working on my faith in the source. I receive love, joy, and radiance. Purpose and discipline in my brilliance.
Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to day 1 of our 13 days of self-witnessing. As we journey towards the 1-year anniversary of self-witnessing, a journey to remembering your essence and radiating truth, I wanted to create something special, a sacred countdown, a space for reflection, a place where we can pause together and remember what this journey has been all about. Today, we begin with remembrance. Not the remembrance of our accomplishments, not the remembrance of our titles, not even the remembrance of our personal stories. We begin with the remembrance of those who came before us. There's a tendency in modern life to see ourselves as isolated individuals. We are encouraged to believe that we are entirely self-made, that everything we are is a result of our own efforts. But when we witness ourselves honestly, we begin to recognize a deeper truth. We did not arrive here alone. Before there was your name, there was a lineage. Before there was a story, there were stories. Before there was your first breath, there were countless breaths taken by those who carried life forward so you can arrive in this moment. Some of those ancestors you know by name. Others have been forgotten by history. Some were dreamers, some were builders, some were healers, some were protectors, some survived circumstances that would have broken many others. Some carried wisdom, some carried wounds. And through it all, life continued moving forward until it arrived as you. The practice of self-witnessing asks us to see ourselves clearly, but it also asks to see ourselves completely. And to see ourselves completely is to recognize that we are living expressions of something larger than ourselves. Within you may live the resilience of a grandmother who refused to give up, the creativity of an ancestor who found beauty during the difficult times, the courage of someone who stood for what was right when it would have been easier to remain silent, the faith of someone who continued walking even when they could not see their entire path ahead. Sometimes the gift we carry are older than we realize. Sometimes the strength we call our own has been traveling through generations, waiting for the moment it could fully bloom through us. Today, I invite you to become curious, not only about your history, but about the sacred inheritance that lives within you. What qualities do people constantly recognize in you? What strengths seem to just suddenly appear exactly when you need them? What wisdom feels familiar even when you cannot explain where it came from? Perhaps there are clues. Perhaps there are whispers. Perhaps there are reminders that your life is connected to a story much greater than the one you tell yourself. As we continue this self-witnessing journey together, may we remember that witnessing ourselves is not about ego. It's about connection. Connection to our essence, connection to our truth, connection to our humanity, and connection to the generations that made our existence possible. Today's reflection question is, what strengths have been passed to me through my bloodline? Take a few moments to sit with that question. Journal about it, meditate about it, speak it out loud. Allow the answers to arrive naturally. You may discover that what you thought belonged solely to you has the roots that reach much deeper than you imagine. And perhaps that realization itself is an act of healing. Today, I just want to thank you for joining me on day 1 of the 13 days of self-witnessing. Tomorrow, we will continue our journey by exploring the ancestors within and the living legacy that moves through us every day. Until then, be gentle with yourself, Be curious about yourself and remember that your story did not begin with you. It continues through you. This is Brittany Vibez, and I'm witnessing with you. Until next time, remember your authenticity is sacred, your presence is powerful, and your light was never meant to be hidden. Ashe.